We will be sharing some top secrets for creating high converting landing pages. And first of all, I want to thank you, Brenna, for joining us to this live webinar. Brenna is part of the Genially team, and she's a training specialist at Genially. So thank you so much, Brenna, for joining us and all the valuable information you're going to be sharing. I think we can start. I think we can start with your presentation, and yeah, let's go.
All right, perfect. So thank you so much, Wishpond, for hosting us. We're very happy to participate in this webinar and share a little bit more with the audience. So as Mariana mentioned, my name's Brenna. I'm a training specialist here at Genially. So the first thing that I want to do is kind of introduce Genially to you all, let you know the possibilities of the platform and how you can create interactive and awesome creations in Genially that you can then embed into your Wishpond landing page. So I am going to start sharing my screen with you. Let's see. All right, there we go. Perfect. So then let's begin. First of all, of course, it's very clear that technology has changed the world. So the question is, why do we keep communicating with the same materials and the same tools that we have been doing? And Genially was really born to answer that question, to be the tool that allows you to make visual and interactive content at a whole new level. Now, when we talk about communication, there are really two ways to communicate. Now, on the left, we have an example of traditional communication, the kind that we have used for years with static and really unidirectional content. It might contain some links, right? But what happens in this case to YouTube? Well, when you have a YouTube link, it's very possible that you're going to lose your audience because they're going to leave your content. And it's, of course, possible that you might not get them back and they might miss out on the rest of the content that you have to share. Now, on the right, you have content made with Genially, which includes the same information that we have on the left side, but it is presented differently. So at Genially, we focus on visual communication because the most important thing is what we see the most. Now, this is thanks to interactivity, which is going to allow us to add a secondary layer of content, okay? Now, this means that the user has to really seek out that content in order to view it. We organize our ideas in a hierarchical manner in this way. So this way, the receiver really gets to choose the information that they want to consume. They don't have to view everything if they don't want to, and they can also spend more time on the content that they are really interested in, okay? This way, we also have that possibility to contextualize our content and maintain the attention of our audience since they don't have to leave our creation. In this case, we actually have that same YouTube video embedded. So they can watch the video, but they're not leaving our content. That way, we're going to really keep them engaged and create more of a communication experience with them. So what happens really? What's the point with this? Well, with that static content that you see on the left, you have that possibility to bore your audience. However, with interactive content like we saw on the right, we communicate and we engage. So let's see. Now you might be thinking, okay, that's great, but I'm sure that creating interactive and animated content is challenging. I'm going to need a programmer, or I'm going to need some graphic design knowledge or some programming knowledge, or that you're going to have to pay a lot for it. That interactive content is costly, both in terms of money, but also time and resources. Think about, for example, all of the interactive content that they're making for the Olympics currently. That requires a huge amount of graphic designers and programmers. And of course, we are well aware that not everyone has access to all of those resources. Now, the benefit with Genially is that it democratizes content creation. It's the alternative to traditional content, and it allows you to create really a communication experience that's full of interactivity and animation, and you can do so in a simple and accessible way. Just like Wishpond makes it easier for you to create engaging landing pages. Now with Genially, it's really easy to achieve those great results without having any design or programming knowledge. The interface is user-friendly. Creating content is as simple as selecting and dragging and dropping. And in addition to that, Genially has hundreds of templates available for you to use. And all you really have to do is add your textual and your visual content. So videos, images, GIFs, or whatever other content that you want to add. And templates allow you to create that amazing interactive and animated content quickly and easily. Now, you might be thinking, what kind of content can I create? Well, one of the greatest things about Genially is that we've really developed a 360-degree tool. It's an all-in-one content creation tool. You can create any kind of interactive content. And really, our differentiating value is versatility. So these are some examples of the different categories of creations that you can make with Genially. So anything from a video presentation, like you can see here, to quizzes, gamifications, infographics, interactive images, and so much more. So it really is quite versatile. And now the advantage of this is really that you can create all of this with just one tool, saving you both time and money. Now, along with versatility, these are some of the pillars that make Genially such an amazing tool, and how you can add these creations to your landing page to make them really stand out. So of course, as I mentioned before, that first is interactivity. Genially appeals to our human nature through that interactivity. We create or we generate layers of content that help scale information in layers, making it more digestible and making your content more easy to consume. Your audience is going to consume your content through exploration. So it becomes really an experience for them to obtain that information. And you might know, of course, that people remember more of what they do as opposed to just what they see or hear. So by adding these interactive elements into your landing page, you're really making it so that your brand is more remembered by your potential customers. Now, another pillar of Genially is animation. So innately, right, as humans, our attention goes to things that are moving the most. Almost 50% of our brain is involved in processing visual stimuli. So what we really want to do here is direct our audience's attention to elements that are in motion, that are moving, as you can see in these buttons here. We see the movement, our eyes go automatically to that content, okay? So animation plays a really important role here. It brings these elements to life, it helps us organize our ideas, and it takes our content from static to dynamic. Now, another pillar of Genially is monitoring. With Genially, you can figure out what's working and what's not working, and adjust your content based on that information that you get back. And then finally, integration. This is one of Genially's greatest powers. You can integrate almost any HTML content from the internet into a Genially. And this is how you can really enrich your creations. So for example, since this Twitter timeline is live content, it's updated automatically. Now you can also integrate a YouTube video, as we saw before, a Google Map, and similarly, you can also integrate Genially through the HTML code. You can integrate it in a Twitter timeline, on OneNote, on Office 365, and of course on your Wishpond landing page as well, which Mariana is going to show us in just a little bit. So as you can see, Genially is an innovative platform that helps people bring their content to life, engage, and really create new and engaging content easily and quickly. So why would you want to embed your Genially creation in a landing page? Let's think a little bit about the features that we just saw, think about the landing pages that we can create in Wishpond, and really all of that possibility for creating visual content. Just imagine how we can put it all together. So, for example, by creating these interactive and animated creations, what we can do is really involve our target audience more. They're going to be drawn in by your content. They're going to want to click and explore the material that you're offering them. So what kind of creations can we make to embed in our landing page? Let's see a few examples. So one example, something that you could do would be to include an interactive map. Now, you can show where your company started from. You can show where you currently have offices located or where your customers can visit you. You could also make a video presentation to introduce yourself, your brand, or your products. You could add a short quiz, an interactive card to bring a little bit of fun and games into your landing page. And you can even create a microsite or an interactive guide that you can see here that your audience can click through and explore what kind of products or services you're offering them. So you can make really all kinds of creations that are going to surprise your audience, but also engage them, making them a lot more likely to choose your products or services. And one of the best things about Genially is that it's on the cloud. So once you have your Genially created and embedded in your landing page, any changes or edits that you make will automatically update on your landing page. You won't have to embed it or upload it multiple times. Perfect. So let's jump into the demo part and let's see how we can make some amazing interactive creations that we can add onto our landing page. Now, for today's occasion, we're going to create an interactive map. And this is going to be a one-page creation to which we apply interactivity to add layers of additional content. Now, our audience can explore the creation however they want, expanding upon the areas that interest them. So when you first log into Genially, this is the creation panel that you see here. You can explore the categories, and here is where you can see all of those templates that I mentioned previously. So the templates are spread out among the different categories, so feel free to kind of explore there. Now, as I mentioned before, we're going to create an interactive map. How can we do this? Well, if you have a photo or an illustration of a map, you could start from an interactive image, or we can use the search function here to search for any Genially templates that have a map. So we're using the keyword map, and we can kind of just search and see what kind of options we have. Of course, we use maps, so we have everything from a mind map to a treasure map. And we're going to use this template here, the one called pastel color map. That's going to be a good fit. Perfect. So as you can see, we can preview this template. We can see what it looks like, and we can see what kind of interactivity and animation it comes with it by default. And this is perfect for what we need. We can even change colors to begin with. Now we're going to click on Use this template to open it in the editor. Now remember, even if you're starting from a template, down to the smallest detail, you can edit that template. So if you only wanted to change the text, that's perfect. But if you wanted to change everything about this and make it completely different, that's also possible as well. All right, great. So let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is give our creation a name. First of all, so that we can find it back more easily in the future. But if we're going to embed this on our landing page, this is also going to help with SEO. So in this case, we're going to call it Explore the Islands. And later you'll see why we picked this theme. Great. Now we want to change the text that comes with the template. Notice that when I click on the text box, we have some options that appear here on the toolbar. These are all of the different options we have to edit the text. So everything from changing the color of the font to the font itself, cutting, pasting, lots of different options there. So I actually have some information that I prepared previously. So I'm just going to copy and paste that here just to edit a little bit more quickly. So notice that I'm just copying and pasting. Pasted that twice. We can extend our text boxes. Notice we have these blue magnetic lines that really makes creation a lot easier. Now, just to show you what it looks like to change the font, we can go over here and we have all of our different font options. I'm actually going to use this one that fits a little bit better with the theme. And then I'll just change this other paragraph that we have here. Perfect. Great. So now we have our text edited and ready to go. Now, the map that comes with our template, as you can see, is a world map. It doesn't necessarily fit with the theme of the landing page that we're going to create. So what I'm going to do is select the map, just click on it, and then click on the replace button. I could also delete it and add my own map or a map that I found that I wanted to use as well. But by using the replace option, we can edit even faster. So these are maps that come within the Genially editor for us. All right, perfect. So let's just search and see. Okay, perfect. Let's use these islands for our island tour. Now we can click on that element and shrink down the size just a bit. Perfect, great. Now it fits really well with our template. So now is when we want to add our content. Of course, we already have some graphics, we have text on our page. So now we want to add our content in additional layers. And to do that, we're going to use interactivity. And we're going to use these markers that already came with the template, but we're going to edit them a bit. So let's click on this one and notice this hand option appears. This is the icon for interactivity. Every element that you have on your canvas has the possibility to add interactivity to it. So let's click on interactivity. Perfect. So we're going to give our audience some information about beaches and restaurants that they can visit on this tour. So to do that, the first type of interactivity we're going to include is a tooltip. A tooltip is a pop-up window that appears when you hover over the element. Okay, so this is perfect for smaller amounts of information, maybe some text, an image. So as we mentioned, the yellow marker is going to be for telling our audience about some beaches, some nice beaches that they can visit. So let's change the text. We can edit that. Let's say that this beach is famous for its white sand and turquoise water. And now we want to change the image. I could simply delete the picture and add a new one, or again, we have that replace option. And this is always going to make our editing a lot easier and a lot faster. And that way we're sure to kind of maintain that nice design that came with the template that our amazing design department here at Genially created. So perfect. Here we have some information about a beach that we can visit. Now, just for time's sake, I'm only going to do this one marker for the beaches, but imagine we could easily add a few different markers and include that information. You could delete the ones that you don't need, and you could copy and paste as many as you need if you wanted to add, let's say, 10 or 12 or 15 more markers. Now, for these orange markers, we want to tell our audience where to find some nice restaurants. So in order to really focus on that visual communication I mentioned before, I'm going to change the look of it. So I'm going to click on replace, and here I can see the different options for markers. Let's select this one with the fork and knife. And that way there's really no doubt about what kind of information our audience will find in this marker. We're going to click on interactivity. Now here, we're going to use the window interactivity. This is for larger amounts of content. Your audience will have to click on the element and a pop-up window will appear. Okay, so just like we did for the other one, I'm going to add some information. Let's say we want to tell our audience about this amazing restaurant called Sky. I'm going to delete this image. Perfect. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to embed a Google map so that our audience can find this restaurant easily when they're traveling. And to do so, I'm going to click here on Code View. Okay, it looks scary, but you really don't have to know coding. I went to Google Maps, I copied the HTML, and now I'm simply Control-V to paste. That's it. I'll click out of Code View, and here we can see our Google Map that our audience can explore directly within our creation. Now we can simply copy and paste to add more restaurants and make it easy for our audience. Now over here, we have some elements that we don't really need, so we can delete them. If we wanted to add a YouTube video, we can easily do that as well. Let's delete this. And here I'm going to copy, add video, paste. Perfect. And our audience can get some idea. Now we can preview our creation. We can see if our animation and our interactivity is exactly how we want it. Looks great. So now we're ready to publish. All we have to do is click here on All Set. When we publish publicly, your creation will be indexed by search engines. So again, you're really helping your SEO. You're helping your audience find your creation. Now we want to share it with the world. Send the link, send it via email, share it on social media, or copy the iframe code to paste that in your Wishpond landing page, which Mariana is going to show us how to do right now. So I'm going to pass the microphone over to her.
Thank you so much, Brenna, for your presentation. It's pretty awesome. Actually, when I first, when I first knew Genially, I was like, oh my God, this tool is amazing because of, the animation, the interactivity, and everything. So yeah, thank you so much. Yes, I'm gonna be showing you, of course, how to embed a Genially code. I'm gonna share my screen. Give me a second. Okay, I think you can see my screen right now. First of all, I think I didn't introduce myself, but my name is Mariana and I'm part of the Wishpond team. Thank you. So I'll be showing you how to get the most, so you can actually create high converting landing pages using Wishpond and of course, Genially. So first of all, what I'm gonna explain is what is Wishpond, right? So what is Wishpond? Wishpond is the only marketing platform your business needs because we have all-in-one marketing software to grow your business. You can actually create pop-ups, you can create forms, you can create landing pages, you can create contests, giveaways, email marketing, marketing automation, marketing funnels. And of course, we just launched the payments feature that I'll be showing you in a bit. It's actually pretty awesome. I'm really excited for that feature. So first of all, what is a landing page, right? I think Brenna already mentioned a little bit, but I'll be, just mentioning again. So a landing page is a standalone web page created for a specific marketing campaign. So basically, it's where your visitor land after they click on the link promoting your product or service, right? So let's say you make a Facebook ad and then the user clicks on the link and they land on the landing page. So we have like different types of landing pages. We have the squeezy page, the lead capture page, the click-through landing page coming soon, thank you, event and pricing page. I'm just gonna be mentioning some of them. For example, the squeezy page is actually an awesome page, so you can actually collect leads for your maybe a newsletter list. A lead capture page is something related to the squeezy page, but you ask more info. For example, on the squeezy page, you just ask the name and the email. For the lead capture page, you can ask the phone number, the business, everything. So you can actually have more information of your lead. The click-through landing page as well, it's a more complete landing page because you can add social proof, you can add a video, you can add headlines. The coming soon landing page is, for example, if you want to launch a product, a service, and you want to create expectation. The thank you landing page is, for example, for the squeezy page, the user subscribes and then they are redirected to the thank you page. And maybe you can add some extra info to your thank you page, like, hey, thank you for subscribing. Here's some other information, or this is a special discount for you, etc., etc. And these are just to mention some of the landing pages, but I'm gonna be showing you the secrets to create high converting landing pages. And I'm gonna mention some points. Of course, there are another points to mention, but I'm gonna be mentioning the most relevant ones. The first one is the offer, of course, the CTA, the pop-ups, the social proof, the marketing funnels, the directly online sales, and of course the landing page design that I'm gonna be showing you guys how to embed Genially on Wishpond to make it look awesome, your landing pages. So, okay, so what is your offer? The first one, what is your offer? So your visitors will make the plan to take action only if they find something they are interested in or it's useful for them. So what is your offer? If this is a free ebook, if this is a free trial, if this maybe a discount, maybe something like that. So you have to think wisely what are you going to be offering, and then we can continue to the next steps, the CTA, right? So in order to turn visitors into leads, they have to click on your landing page CTA button, right? So your CTA basically is the action you want your website visitor to take. So it doesn't matter if your landing page objective is maybe to increase sales, to generate email leads, maybe to develop custom relationships. We want more conversion, and that's why we are here right now, because we want to create high converting landing pages. So the CTA, it's super, super important. What makes a good CTA, okay? So the visuals is the first one. You have to put your CTA on the place that actually your viewer sees it at the first moment they land to your landing page, okay? The second one that it's also related to the visuals, it's the location. So yeah, you can test your pages to locate what is the optimal spot that organically flows in your landing page design, right? And you can add there your button CTA. And there are some tools that can give you this type of data, like for example, Hotjar. You know, you can actually locate the hot spots and you can add the CTA button. The words, of course, and you have to question yourself, what is in for me? And you have to use short, commonly understood, action-oriented words. I'll be showing you some samples, and of course the size, make it big. So, okay, these are some CTA samples. You can take a look. For example, this for Client Boost. Subscribe to the blog, get free lifetime access, get my free cheat sheet now. So basically we're calling an action, right? Sign me up. See if qualified, download now, and make it big. You know, you have to engage with your CTA, so it's super important. And the pop-ups, of course. So sometimes, I mean, in the past, I've heard some people telling me like, hey, I don't know if I should use pop-ups for my site, for my blog, because I think they are annoying. But I can tell you that it's incorrect, because the pop-ups actually can help you to increase your conversions on your landing page. First of all, they create urgency. So maybe you can use a countdown timer and a limited time offer options to ensure that actually people can take advantage of your offers, right? To increase sales, a pop-up, it's a perfect solution for that. So you can actually create compelling offers, and your fans and followers can ignore that. And of course, to grow your email list, for example, for a squeezy page, yeah, you can add a pop-up and they can subscribe to your newsletter, and maybe you can set up an email automation, some marketing automation, so you can turn that lead into customer, okay, if you want to maybe increase sales. So the Wishpond pop-up tool, we have the tool, of course, and we have some options of pop-ups. For example, we have the entry pop-up. Okay, so the entry pop-up, let's see that the user comes in, and maybe after 2 or 3 seconds, the pop-up shows up. Okay, and that's the entry pop-up. The exit pop-up, okay, so the user, it's on your landing page and they don't find anything interesting, so they want to go, they click on exit, and wow, a pop-up comes up, and then it's an offer. Hey, don't go, this is a special discount for you. Okay, so you're driving the customer to maybe to the visitor to turn it into a customer. Okay, so the scroll pop-up, this is perfect maybe for a blog. They are reading something and they are scrolling down and a pop-up comes up, so it's okay. A click pop-up, that can be maybe for a button, and a time delay pop-up, maybe the user stays there like, I don't know, 1 minute, 2, you can even put seconds if you want it, and then a pop-up comes up, and of course you can use the custom JavaScript. But the awesome thing about the Wishpond pop-up tool actually is that you have this campaign URL performance, and you can actually see where your pop-up is showing up, how many people saw it, how many people are clicking on it, and of course the conversion rate, right? Let's see that for the main page, 300 people saw it, 200 people click on it, so your conversion rate, it's 60%, something like that, okay? So you have this data, and you can start testing, and you can start maybe implementing and creating more awesome pop-ups for your landing pages. The social proof, okay? So the social proof is super important, and you have to ask yourself as a user, why should I trust you? Okay, why should I trust you? So you have to add trust symbols, testimonials, and I'm giving you here some samples, right? The testimonials here of happy clients, you know, people who already tried your product, your service, and they are happy with it. So that gives you more credibility. Of course, the trust symbols, this is secure. You can pay here, it's secure. I mean, your credit card, your credit details are okay. And of course, maybe we have worked with these companies, and yeah, so you can actually make people trust you and try your product, service, what you are offering here. And of course, the marketing funnel. Okay, so the marketing funnel, it's a feature we have on Wishpond. And so the visitors want to buy your product, okay, or they are thinking to buy your product. So you have to create a journey for them. And we have that option available with these multi-step pages for the marketing funnels. It's way easier. And, you know, sometimes when you're asking like too many questions to your possible customer, he can get annoyed. So you have to make like the journey more easier, more funny, more, you know, like, so this is a tool we have, and the multi-step pages helps a lot. And I'm gonna be showing you some samples for that. Give me a second. Okay. So for example, this is a client we have for the dogs. So they are asking some questions like, what's your dog's name? What breed is Jeremy? How big? The allergies? And then you enter your email, and you can select a subscription plan based on the actions you took on the questionnaire, on the quiz, on, you know, the survey, etc. So this is great because you can trigger different marketing automation workflows based on a specific funnel steps. And this is way much better than maybe messaging, and it can actually drive you to more sales. For example, if the user did this, you can do this. Okay, if they quit, if they didn't finish the funnel, then maybe you can create an email sequence for them so they can actually get engaged with your product, with your service. And here's where I'm showing you like, okay, this is the condition and this is the action. So this is pretty awesome. And okay, so the payments feature that I wanted to talk about, and it's pretty awesome because, okay, so let's say that you want to sell online, okay, and you need an e-commerce platform. Well, with the payments feature of Wishpond, that's you know, you can skip that step basically. Okay, so you don't have an e-commerce platform with the payments feature. You just add a buy button, and you just have to have a Stripe account, and that's it. And you can accept payments online through your landing pages. You just need a Stripe account. This is like pretty awesome because I know that when you're maybe trying to sell online, you have to set up a e-commerce platform, and this can be time consuming, and this can be even annoying sometimes. But now with this feature, you can skip all of this and you can start selling online like right away, right? So the payments, of course, are secure. You can manage and monitor your payments securely to protect your customers and your transactions. Of course, like I mentioned before, it's an easy setup because you just build your landing page and then you just add the button. I'm gonna be showing you this after the presentation is done. And that's it. You can start selling online. And of course, well, the data syncing with your Stripe account, and that's it, right? So the landing page design. Okay, so we're gonna be talking about the landing page design, and I'm gonna be showing you how to embed this Genially HTML code to a Wishpond landing page. So, but first of all, I want to mention you. Okay, so we have a ton of templates you can actually use for your landing pages. You don't have to even worry about the landing page design. I mean, not anymore, because we are constantly, you know, like uploading new templates so you can actually create awesome landing pages for your business. And we also have this drag and drop editor that it's called Canvas. And I definitely love it because, okay, I don't know if you guys have some experience with another builders, but I do. And you have to create maybe a column and then add a section and then an element, and it's like a square thing, right? But now with the Canvas editor, this is like you can actually move freely all your elements through your landing page, and I'll be showing you that. Of course, the templates, the one-click mobile optimization, this is pretty awesome because you can actually create one version for the desktop version, for the iPad version, and of course for the mobile version. And this is awesome because, okay, let's say it. I mean, the mobile version is so important right now. I mean, everyone is on their phone, so you have to be mobile optimized, yes or yes. And of course, accept payments and the integrations, and I'll be showing you how to add this Genially code to the landing pages. And okay, I think you already are seeing my screen, but okay, I have this template that I'll be showing you guys. This is a template that I selected of the Wishpond builder of the Wishpond builder, right? This is for a trips, Iceland tours, and this is like a placeholder and everything. What I did, and I want to show you, of course, is how I move my elements through all the landing page. I mean, I don't need sections, I don't need columns, I don't need anything. I mean, I can just move it freely, and this is awesome. I definitely love that. And the buy button, as you can see here, is here. And I mean, you don't need an e-commerce platform. I mean, you can just set up the button. You select the item you want to buy. For example, this a monthly subscription, okay? And then I can create it on the settings, add item to cart, require billing address, shipping, so I can, and that's it. You just need the Stripe account. We can definitely help you with that if you're interested. And you can set up this buy button so easy. I definitely love that. But okay, let's go to the embed. Okay, so I already make some edits, but I added a new section here. And what I did is that I installed this HTML code, right? Brenna, she gave me the HTML code. And what I did is that I just pasted. This is like so easy. I just pasted and I click on publish, of course. And I think I need to go to incognito window, but I'll be showing you. Can you see? I hope you can see actually my screen.
We can see the editor of the Wishpond.
Okay, and then what I need to do is I'm gonna stop sharing and I'm gonna share the other screen. I think this is it. Can you see my screen now?
Yep.
Okay, so I make the edits to the landing page. I mean, the template that I'm using is 100% Wishpond design. And then I added here the buy button, as you can see. And this is the embed of Genially. And this is pretty awesome because your landing pages are more interactive and beautiful. So you can actually create the map and then you click on here and then you can see all the info that Brenna added. This is awesome. I love it.
Looks great.
Yeah, I know. It looks definitely great. And I mean, you guys can actually integrate this and you can make landing pages way more engaging and way more beautiful. Of course, thank you, Brenna, for this code. It's amazing. I love it.
Thank you. It's perfect. And I'm just seeing, what I showed of Genially and what we're seeing now of Wishpond. I think both tools make it so easy for people to create really amazing looking landing pages and designs without, needing that complicated programming knowledge.
I know, I know, because sometimes when people say like, oh, you have to install an HTML code, and you're like, oh my God, I'm not a programmer. What should I do? But
Exactly.
This is like way so easy. Like I show you that you just have to add the section, the HTML code, and that's it. You can add whatever you want on the landing page. So yeah, you can create the graphics on Genially and then add it to the Wishpond landing page, and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know. We have like this 15 minutes of questions and answers. I don't know if you guys have some questions you want to ask me or ask, for, of course, Brenna about what we just presented. And of course, if you have doubts, if you need anything, I mean, I'm gonna type here my email, but of course you can reach me anytime you want, and I'll be happy to help. So if you guys have some questions. Okay, but Chris already answered the question for the authorized.net, but yeah, for the moment we don't have that option. But yeah, we will check with the product team about the payments feature and everything. What is the cost of all of this? Generally, it's free, right, Brenna?
Yes. So Genially, we have it's a freemium plan concept. So yes, you can create a Genially for free. The template that we saw today was one of our free templates, and all of the possibilities that we saw today. So using that interactivity, that animation, that's all included in the free plan. So everything that we did today is included in the free plan. If you wanted to or needed to have some other premium access as well, then you have that possibility as well.
For the Wishpond tool, we have some pricing plans in case you want to use the tool for yourself. Yes, and of course we have, and I didn't mention this, but we have like a full team of people who are like really, really good on what they do of SEO, graphic design. So we can definitely help you with your marketing campaigns, of course. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna type here. Oh, you already have Wishpond. That's great. That's great. So you can actually use Genially for free, and that's it.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think we have another question here. So the focus is on landing pages. Can it be used for developing a website? Chris, I think you're going to be answering this.
So yeah, as for the websites, you can create a very complex landing page, which can also serve as a website for your business. You can add advanced features like appointments, payments, funnels, which can be like a multi-step journey, but and it's also optimized for SEO. So yes, you can use the landing page as your website if you want to do if you have a business that doesn't require for example, block content. It's just like a presentation card for your company. Definitely you can use a landing page. You can configure your own domain to host it on your website. So that's definitely a feature that you can be using to create a website for yourself.
Okay, great. So I don't know if you guys have more questions. I'm just gonna type here, of course, my email if you want any extra information about Wishpond. I think Brenna already put the email, right? Right. Okay. There you go. So that's my email. If you want to reach to me, it's okay. So can I put a some card order page on a Wishpond landing page? Can we do? I'm not sure. Chris, did you have some idea about that?
So for the moment, the only card system or payment system that you can connect with our buy button is the Stripe account. I've seen another question about authorized.net. In our previous webinar, there was also a question about PayPal. So for the moment, it's not there, but we did talk to our product team that there is that there are requests regarding other payment systems. So that's something that we're gonna push on. But for the moment, the only system is Stripe. Like definitely Stripe is also the probably one of the most popular systems. So that's why we chose it. Okay, so we have another question on YouTube. Please contrast this with Shopify. So with Shopify, you can create a store, right? So a store with various products, various collections, various product pages, various categories. This is more of a solution for products that are, you can create also various products with Wishpond, but it's also optimized a bit more for a specific goal. So if you create a landing page, Mariana mentioned this, there has to be a specific goal for this landing page. So a very good example could be like you want to sell one very specific product, right? So I develop not only an add to cart button, not only a purchase button, but I develop a story about this product, right? I tell you the benefits, I give you the possibility to buy it, I show you some examples. And when you have a Shopify store, you create the same kind of experience for every kind of product that you have. And sometimes it's not the best option because you have just a product page, right? So you can add a description, right? Maybe you can add a size, but sometimes there is no possibility to develop a story behind it. And with the landing page, dedicated landing page, you can develop all the stories that you want. For example, here with Genially, you can include a map, right? So if this is for a tour company, you don't have to only tell about where this tour is going to happen. You can show it as an interactive journey, and this is something that is a step above in terms of developing a story. But also Shopify is kind of a different system. So if you're starting out, this could be a better solution for you because it's simpler to implement than it's equally simple, I would say, but it's also very, very specific, and you can create a whole journey and a whole story behind one specific product.
Great. Yeah, I know. I think we're gonna be keeping you posted about some payment implementation, right, Chris? About that.
Exactly.
Awesome. So I don't know if you have more questions. Don't be shy. You can ask whatever you want. Okay, so yeah, I think if we don't have more questions, we can finish this live webinar. We don't have questions on YouTube. We don't have questions here. So thank you so much, Brenna, for joining to this webinar and showing us how awesome is Genially.
Thank you. I think we saw some really great tips, both for creating that interactive material and also for creating those high converting landing pages. So I thought it was very interesting, and we were very happy to participate.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna use both. So please do.
Yes.
Please combine both softwares because combined they are awesome. I mean, yeah, of course. And okay, so I think we're done. Thank you so much. Thank you all for joining to this webinar. We already shared our email addresses. If you have some questions, if you want to follow up with us, please reach us. We're happy to help and help you creating the high converting landing pages and get the most from both tools. So thank you so much. Thank you, Brenna.
Thank you, Mariana.
Thank you. Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.